And here we go. All right, what's going on, everybody? Hope everyone's having a great day, and got another podcast here with you today. I got Dave on, just Dave and myself.
Hey,
so
good to be back.
We are 100% winging this. I normally have things written down that I want to talk about it. However, today we literally have nothing written down. I barely have anything put together in the background. You're watching me play some Jedi Fallen Order in the background as I was trying to replay this game before Jedi Survive comes out, which that's something we could talk about.
Oh yeah, let's talk about it. We can talk about that straight off the bat if you want.
All right, let me hit these comments real quick. Crow says, glad to see you have been streaming. More hopefully I can imagine to pop in this time, or you can manage to pop in. Okay. Thanks, Crow. Nice to see you. Ricky, as always, hello, Ricky. Nice to see you again. Yeah, so those are the two guys watching it right now. But yeah, so Jedi Fallen Order going into Jedi Survive. What are you thinking?
Me, yeah, dude, I'm really excited about it. I actually there was a book that came out as well that takes place in between the two games. So I've been struggling to read through that. Well, I shouldn't say struggling. I've just been reading through that. So it's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to it. From what I understand, there's a whole lot more to that game than what was in the original.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's like somebody was talking, or I was reading something. It was like kind of like a colony building type thing, and
a lot
of customization for the character and stuff. I'm excited about it.
All right, so I'm sorry, but I'm just so burnt out on all these different skill trees, and I guess that's what Jedi Survive or Jedi Fallen Order was, but just having to build your character in a certain way, I'm sorry, man. I am just so burnt out. I really think that's why I've been playing these old games, though.
I'm sure it'll be good. I'm sure it'll be good. I'm really looking forward to it. It comes out, doesn't that come out end of this month?
Yeah, really soon.
I believe. Yeah, I pre-ordered the deluxe edition, and I bought a steelbook, a custom steelbook off eBay, because none of the releases except for that super expensive limited run release had a steelbook, but I wasn't spending like $400.
Why not?
On that. Well, I mean, it was cool, but 400 was a little, or maybe it was 300. It was a little out of my price range, because all it comes with is the steelbook, the game, and a replica of his lightsaber, which is undoubtedly cool.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I want to throw that kind of money at it. But I did really enjoy the first one, and I'm enjoying the book so far, so I'm looking forward to playing the next one. Yeah. I got a lot to play in a short amount of time,
dude,
because there's a lot of good stuff coming out.
There is a lot of good stuff coming out, but you know, I'm stuck back in the 90s right now. I don't know. I got something going on hard for the Super Nintendo. Damn it.
Yeah. I've been buying a lot of, and I've been sending you and Mikey pictures, but I've been buying a lot of stuff as well.
Yeah.
I had to shut down my usage of the eBay app.
So you're obviously picking up Jedi Survive for your PS5, right?
Yes.
Awesome. Correct. So, all right. So, I kind of a controversy. I was watching this yesterday. Redfall, I think that's the name. The game coming out for Xbox. It's stuck in 30 frames per second at 4K on the Xbox Series X. So that'd be kind of like the same as if it were a PS5. It'd be stuck at 30 frames per second. How do you feel about that? Like, would you skip it?
It depends on the game, honestly, man. Because sometimes it's like, because high frame rate is obviously better, right?
Yeah, that's how I am.
Sometimes do games need a high frame rate? I think a lot of times it depends on the game.
Okay, I don't know what year you're living in, but I'm in 2023, and I paid $500 for an Xbox Series X. You know what I mean? And I have a 1440p monitor that can do 144 frames a second. You know, like on my PC, that's nothing. However,
I mean, at least you're humble too, right?
No. Like, I'm telling you, I spent money on this stuff, and then now I go to buy the software that Xbox itself, or Microsoft itself, has made, and it's telling me it's at 30 frames per second. That's unexcusable. I'm sorry. Yeah. Unexcusable.
I mean, I can see why. Yeah. I mean, you're right. You're right for sure. Just my personal opinion.
My point.
It depends on the game.
Or I guess to make this full circle, if Jedi Survive, an EA game, comes out at only 30 frames per second, is that a skip?
For me?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, is it day one buy? Well, you already purchased it, but if you hadn't, would it be a day one buy if you knew it was only 30 frames a second?
Well, I mean, you are asking the guy who pre-orders almost everything.
I don't know how you do that. I cannot pre-order a game anymore.
I don't like missing out on those pre-order bonuses, man.
I guess I just don't care.
Yeah.
I'll buy them in 30 years when I get nostalgic for it.
Yeah, right. Yeah. It's like 30 years from now, you're looking around for retro game stores, but at that point, retro game is going to be PS5 and
right, yeah,
Xbox.
I'll come to you.
So, like, speaking of like retro stuff, what have you been buying lately?
So I paused myself on actual carts. I did a video on what I picked up. Have we talked since I went to California?
No, just through text.
Yeah, through text we have. So I picked up a lot. Actually, give me 1 second. I will pull everything down. It's all right and on top of here. Hold on.
Oh, all right.
Tell me a little story of what you picked up today.
Oh, what I picked up today, I went to, no secret, I live in Hawaii. I went to the Aloha Stadium swap meet out there. And there's I don't know if anybody who's listening to this watches Metal Jesus Rocks YouTube channel, but he just recently, not too long ago, I think, did a video of a trip to Hawaii where this booth that I went to was actually in the video. But the guy was still setting it up, so I was kind of looking through it. I bought 2 Game Boy Advance games. I bought Wolfenstein 3D, which was a pretty good find in my opinion, because I'd been looking for that for a while. Some random Star Wars game, and then I bought Dr. Mario and Tetris on the NES, because I've been on a kind of a tear trying to rebuild my original NES collection from when I was a kid. But yeah, I mean, I got home and I plugged the Game Boy Advance games into the Game Boy Advance SP that I modded up not too long ago, and they didn't work at first. So I was like, oh crap, did this guy get one over on me? But I just took them apart. I cleaned all the adhesive off them, you know, like from old stickers and stuff, and I cleaned up the circuit board real good and put them back in, and they worked.
Nice.
So
that's really fun and satisfying. You know, I've been doing that, getting the games all cleaned up and pulling them apart and feeling like a badass. Like I know what I'm actually doing, but
it's a fun little hobby. I've come to realize that I enjoy quite a bit.
Yeah. Well, all right. So let me start with. Oh my god! I just got a mountain of games out. I just made my whole desk a mess. But okay. So first I'm going to start with my N64 stuff I picked up, and I'll kind of go quickly through it. So a lot of this stuff was on eBay, different game stores, and kind of a impulse buys, but just because of my childhood stuff. So I'm not necessarily going for a complete any system whatsoever. I'm going for games I played when I was a kid, back when the N64 was my system. Make sense?
Yeah.
So First one I got out here is Donkey Kong 64. I actually streamed a little bit of this a couple weeks ago, but I picked this one up off eBay because I wanted. Banjo-Tooie, once again, that's eBay. GoldenEye, The World Is Not Enough. I've actually never played this one, but I wanted a complete Bond set for my N64, which is just 2 games, so whatever. Picked that one up. This one's an impulse buy, 1080. Got in California, but you remember that snowboarding game, 1080?
Yeah, that was a great one.
Yeah, it's a fun one.
That was a lot of fun.
Got that one. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 on N64. It's a terrible port or a terrible version of it, but however, I'm trying to go for the complete Tony Hawk Pro Skater on N64, which is going to be difficult with Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 being like a $100 game, but I might come across it.
Yeah, well, hey, you never know, man, because I was looking for Turok 3 on 64 for a long time, because it's a relatively rare and expensive one, but I found a good price for it. With the book, too. So.
I picked up Super Smash Brothers, right? The original. I had to have it. I played that a lot. I remember renting Super Smash at Blockbuster so many times, but I never actually owned it. I don't know why that is, but...
Dude, you know what? I don't think I did either. but I always played it at like friends' sleepovers.
Yeah, it was
or
like
borrowed it from them or something, you know.
Because the N64 had the 4 ports and the 4-player accessible. You know, like it was like a sleepover game. You know, that's just what
awesome.
it was.
It was awesome, like the 64 and the GameCube with the 4 controller ports. It's like you could always just bring your controller, you know, as long as one of your friends had the N64 or whatever. I always thought that was really neat about those 2 consoles.
Yeah, it's so cool.
I almost bought a GameCube today too, but
why, man? You got a Wii?
Well, it wasn't in very good condition.
Oh
no, I don't have a Wii anymore.
You don't got a Wii? I got a Wii with the backwards compatibility. That's how I play all my GameCube. Yeah. Anyhow, okay.
Yeah, the original white Wii.
Yeah, I love it. All right, next is Rogue Squadron, Star Wars Rogue Squadron. I think I had that as a kid. I don't know. Impulse buy. I saw it at a store, so I smashed it up.
That one was awesome, dude. I had that one.
Yeah, I played it for like 10 minutes.
How much you spend on that one?
Like 14, I think. I think it's 14. Yeah. If you go on price charting, I rarely will spend over. Yeah, I rarely go over on price charting. So it's about there.
Nice.
Jet Force Gemini, paid $20 on that. This one is one of the games I picked up on my road trip. I made it a point to buy a game at every stop. And when I was in downtown San Jose, I couldn't get the parking meter to work. And so I said, fuck it. And I ran in. And I was worried about getting a ticket. So I went really quick. I ran in and I grabbed Jet Force Gemini and I forgot one other. But it was real fast and quick. So at that one. Save this one for later. Mario Tennis. This was an impulse buy. I paid $40 for Mario Tennis, which was that's over, but whatever. Rush 2. Remember that game?
It's a racing game, right?
Yeah. Or like the main part about it is they have this one thing where it's like stunt mode, and it's just like a big open area with different obstacles you just run into and do all these flips and try to land it. Me and my brothers played that game so much as a kid. And then the big one, I just beat this on stream, but I bought it on N64, was Ocarina of Time. Absolute, yeah, perfect cart, like in perfect condition. This again, I bought it on my long road trip. This one I bought north of San Jose, and I paid like, I overpaid. I think I paid $50 for it, but it is immaculate. Anyhow, when I was in there, they had a Majora's Mask complete in box, and I just was kind of looking at it, and the guy opened it up, and the cart just kind of fell apart. Like the cart was destroyed, and I was like, I don't know, man. He goes, yeah, it's hard to find. I'm like, yeah, I know, but it's not even playable. He goes, well, you know, he called like the store owner, and he's like, we can give it to you for $50. It's like, man, I might pay you $30. And he goes, all right, we'll do $30. I'm like, let me think about it. So I walked around. I'm like, there's no way I'm buying this. There's no way. So I bought Ocarina.
Why did it fall apart? Was it just, it was missing the screws or something?
Oh, no. The plastic that holds the screws together was just ripped apart. Looked like someone had stomped it. And they like put the pieces together as best they could.
Wow, that's super weird that they would just put it back in a box like that to maybe try and up the value or something.
In a sense, they had all the pieces, but it was, you know, I don't know.
Yeah, I wouldn't have.
And that's the game I haven't played yet. So I wanted to actually play that one, where all these games I just told you I've played, but I have no intentions in like playing all the way through again.
Yeah. Maybe.
Well, my next game here is Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie. I fully intend on playing through those, but however, I did spend probably $200 on for no reason. Anyways, that's just N64. Let me go on the Super Nintendo. So first off, I remember that text I showed you with Super Mario World and A Link to the Past.
Yeah,
that's kind of what started this. So I saw those two games sitting there, and I thought, okay, I had to have them. Just had to have them, which I don't even know where my Link to the Past is. But anyhow, those were in condition, or perfect condition, so I snack those up. There's a dude that lives by me, and he kind of he's not really a reseller, but he buys and trades games, and he had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Turtles in Time, and
Oh, nice.
it was in that nasty condition. Do you remember those photos I sent you?
Oh yeah, wait, yeah.
And they had little cuts in it here and there. Well,
yeah, it looked like a dog had gotten a hold of it or something.
Yeah, I think someone just took a knife and cut. I don't know, tried to be cool or something. I don't know, but I cleaned it up. I can't get the cuts out, but however, I got all the Sharpie off, and the back was like really destroyed. So I swapped the back plate off. I have another cart in here. It's Super Play Action Football on Super Nintendo. I don't know if you remember that game, but it's a trash game. So I just swapped the backs of it, and it's good to go. And then
that's what I do sometimes is I'll buy some cheap, like super common game.
Yeah.
As long as it's in good condition, and I'll do that.
Yeah.
As well.
And then I picked up Super Mario World All-Stars. I'm sorry, Super Mario All-Stars, Super Mario World. So I picked that up from the same guy that has Turtles in Time. So it's Super Mario World All-Stars. So it's got Mario 1, 2, 3, and Super Mario World, and the Lost Levels, which is the Japanese version of Super Mario 2.
Yeah.
So I got those.
I had that one growing up. I got to find that one too. How much did you spend on that one?
30? 35. The label's a little ripped. I might go on Etsy and buy a new label for that one. We'll see. And then I picked up Yoshi's Island. I got that one off eBay, $40.
I've been looking for that one too.
The Lion King.
I have the manual.
Oh, nice. All right. I got the Lion King just because my kids are super in the Lion King right now. It's like $5 at Play or Game Exchange, so I just snatched it up. Oh, there's my Link to the Past. And then I picked up Donkey Kong 1 and 2, and I still have my Donkey Kong 3 when I was a kid. So, still has my save files on there. But now I have all 3 Donkey Kongs, and I am currently playing through the first Donkey Kong on my streams. So if we didn't have this podcast, I would have been playing Donkey Kong right now. But
oh, sorry.
No, don't be sorry. I don't know, man. I was not in the mood to play right tonight, so this is better. But,
yeah. So
there's all my carts. Way too much money. But then other things I picked up was 13 on Xbox. Have you seen that game? You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, I just did that remake. So I picked up the original version. Vice City on Xbox. Metroid Prime 2 Echoes. This game just skyrocketed. I picked it up right before it skyrocketed. I think I paid 30 for it, and I looked on price charting, and it's up to 60 now.
Yeah, well, I mean, that remaster of the first one just came out on Switch.
Yeah.
So that's definitely part of the reason.
Absolutely. And then this was an impulse buy. I picked up Zelda Skyward Sword, just because that would be the last Zelda game that now I have all of them physically. All the way up to, well, I don't have Breath of the Wild physically, but I have, most all of them. So I had to complete the series, even if it's kind of like the stepchild of all the Zelda games, I had to pick it up. So
did you pick that up on Switch or the Wii?
Wii. Yeah,
I've still got my Switch copy or my Wii copy, and I have the Switch remaster copy.
Yeah,
as well.
And then, as you know, picked up Metroid Prime on the Switch, a remaster. Yeah. I still haven't opened it. So actually, I picked it up twice. This is the first time I've ever done this. Bought a game physically and bought it digitally. But I thought the way you and I and Mikey did it was really cool. So a little backstory. Mikey lives in Florida. I lived in the South Coast, just not in Florida. And then Dave lives in Hawaii. Well, the day Metroid Prime came out, I was on a work trip in Southern California. And so I was looking in all the stores I could. Dave was looking everywhere he could, and Mikey looked everywhere he could. And I even had my wife back here at home look everywhere that she could, and no one could find it until Dave found 3 copies, like probably in the afternoon, right? At Target or something?
Oh, yeah. It was the evening. It was Walmart. And
okay.
Everywhere I went, because I guess it was super hard to find or whatever.
Yeah.
Living out in Hawaii, things are hard to find anyway, but I just happened to go to Walmart like the last I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, but last resort.
Mm-hmm.
Went to Walmart because usually I don't shop at Walmart, but I went in there and I looked in the case and there it was right up in the corner, 3 copies.
There you go.
I bought them all.
Hell yeah. So I still have my copy unopened. and I bought it digitally. Not ever gonna resell it, but I don't know, man. I had a feeling, and I cannot get myself to open it. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I couldn't do it.
I mean, honestly, if you already got it digital, there's no point in opening it because, I mean, it's got a reversible cover and the little game card is in there.
Right.
It's not like there's a book in there. There's not like there's art cards or anything.
Yeah, well,
you know,
at that point, I hadn't bought it digitally yet, so I bought it digitally after. I waited till I got home from the work trip, and I had thought about it for like a week because I still had to be out, you know, doing my job for a week before I even got home. So, but no, it was fine. Not a big deal. It was only $80 total, right? Like a game now costs $70, so
yeah,
you know, it's not a big deal. But now the next thing I've been getting into are strategy guides. And okay, so a little backstory on me. Dave knows this, but I don't like playing complicated games because I just don't like getting stuck. Like that's the biggest thing. And so if I'm not gonna play the game or even try, like I don't know, like I might as well get a strategy guide to help me get through those difficult games. And I think kind of what it was going through Metroid Prime, and I got, you know, pretty much stuck. And I don't really want to keep going without knowing where I should be going. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, it makes total sense. And a lot of times it's easier to have the book than to just search online, because then you got to search through somebody's YouTube video, find the right part, put up with their personality depending on who it is.
Exactly.
You know, and then it's like, and I've often liked to buy strategy guides, but more of a collector aspect than to actually use them aspect. But it is nice to have them there, like, because a few years ago, even all the big releases were getting these nice like hardcover strategy guides and art books and stuff, and that all just kind of fell off within the last couple of years.
Yeah,
which is unfortunate.
Well, it's another physical piece of media that somebody has to get done and get the, like, so I saw a whole thing about why strategy guides died. I was just kind of curious myself. Well, they have to not only build the game, but like basically play the game and put it out on print step by step, and that's time consuming to no end. And then on top of that, you have to print it and then ship it and sell it. It's so much money, and no one was really buying them anymore because everybody had the walkthroughs online, you know. So like a YouTuber can hop on there and show you a complete walkthrough, like play the game and then just basically talk over it while they do it to show you different tips and tricks, and that's kind of what it's turned into. But I'm in for the collecting aspect as well. So Dave, I don't think I've told you this, but I'm in the middle of buying a house, and we're gonna move in early next month. Nice. And my wife and I have decided that one of the bedrooms, instead of a guest room, we're turning into an office / my game room. So I'm not just using the bedroom anymore.
Heck yeah, dude.
Yeah, so I can actually collect and display it. So thus far, I have the Metroid Prime Remastered strategy guide, which is wild. It's already out, but it's not official whatsoever. Somebody on Amazon did it crappily, but whatever. I can read it. It's good.
Did you send me that link?
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
I want to look into that. I might get that too, because we'll probably talk about it later.
All right. And then I picked up the Wind Waker strategy guide. I actually picked that one up a while ago because I bought Wind Waker for $100, right? Like that one hurt. However, I want to actually play it, and I know I'm going to get stuck eventually, so I got the guide on that one. So then that kind of got me thinking. Recently I bought A Link to the Past strategy guide, and then one for Mario Mania, which has Mario World on it, or Super Mario World on it, which I just beat on stream the other night. It's not hard. However, I bought it for the collecting aspect, you know.
Yeah.
In the mail, I have coming right now Donkey Kong 2 and 3, Donkey Kong 64, and Donkey Kong Returns. Cool thing about Donkey Kong Returns is it's still sealed. I have like the wrap on that one. I only paid $15. It's not gonna stay sealed. But when
these all like paperback, like Brady games.
Yeah.
So
some are the official. Yeah, a lot of them are Prima. Some are the official. Like I think Donkey Kong Returns is the official guide from Nintendo. But I don't care either way. I'm not going for just one or the other. I'm just going for a collection for me to enjoy, you know?
You know, what I'll do is because I showed you all my hardcover ones because I keep those on the shelves in my gaming area.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go through my tub and see what I got. I might have an extra paperback Twilight Princess
Oh,
if
nice.
you'd be interested in
Hell
that.
yeah. That's yeah.
I have a hardcover of Twilight Princess and Breath of the Wild, but I may have an extra. I will find out after we wrap this up, but
Yeah, for
I'll
sure.
let you know.
Yeah, I'm also in the market for a GoldenEye one. Those are selling about $20 online. I'm waiting for a message back from a guy on eBay, but due to my move, I'm having to slow down on buying stuff, and it's really difficult for me. I think I have a problem.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna.
It's easy to get sucked in. You guys always made fun of me whenever I went down my rabbit holes. But here you
Yeah,
are.
yeah.
Here you are, come crawling back.
I told my wife I wouldn't buy any more games. I did not say anything about strategy guides.
Yeah.
So, but she laughs at me. She doesn't care. Because like the other day, I was sitting down and I was, reading through the magazine and there a couple pages were kind of falling apart. You know how they kind of separate from the spine?
Yeah, that glue
Yeah, I
wears
was
out.
sitting there gluing them back together a little bit. I mean, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't perfect. So I, put a little Elmer's glue in there and treating it, real nice. But anyways, talking about physical media and stuff, there's this magazine called Nintendo Force. Have you ever heard of it?
No.
So
That's not the official one.
no, Nintendo Power stopped in like 2011, I think.
Now it's a podcast.
Oh, is it? Okay. So they stopped any physical media. However, these guys from Nintendo Life and just all these different media outlets that like were really Nintendo centric, they decided to keep the Nintendo Power going in the way that they could without getting in trouble. So they essentially started Nintendo Power, but they call it Nintendo Force. And talk about like games coming up and just it's kind of a neat physical thing that you can get again, like an actual magazine, and it's cheap. It's like $3 a month.
That's good because you don't go to like stores and stuff anymore. They don't have like magazine racks anymore unless you go to like a legit bookstore like Barnes and Noble or something. But
Yeah.
it's like what happened? It's like those days everything's online now.
Yeah, everyone's making videos and no one's spending money. But
and I still have I'm supposed to be getting a physical copy of Game Informer from my GameStop Power Up rewards or whatever, but that stopped getting mailed to me forever ago. I don't know. I think somebody's taking it.
Man, I didn't like Game Informer, dude. It was a big ad for GameStop. I did back in the day, even when I worked at GameStop.
Before GameStop bought it.
Yeah.
I mean, because it wasn't always owned by GameStop.
Yeah, probably. Oh, there's also posters that come in it. And the most recent one was their 64th episode, so you can imagine what their theme was. And
Nintendo 64.
Yeah, you should be a detective.
Yeah,
but
world's greatest detective over here.
But anyhow, I had a poster in there, and I had my wife buy a poster frame, and I hung this big Mario 64 poster up in my son's bedroom, and he's all about it. He loves it.
Nice.
So.
Yeah, speaking of posters, I just bought the because Nintendo has this program where you earn platinum points and you can get physical rewards from them. I think you just pay for shipping once you get the points. And Europe had these 3 beautiful, like old school Game Boy posters in a set for only like 600 points. Mario Land 2, Metroid 2, and Link's Awakening. Just beautiful retro posters, and they never came to the States, so I caved and I bought them on eBay. I'm going to have them framed when, like when I have my forever home and I've got my own space, I'm going to have them framed and up on the wall. But for right now, they're sitting in a cardboard tube, waiting. But I do, like you, I've been going crazy on eBay lately too, and just, other places, because I went to Book Off not too long ago. That's another store around here that sells like retro game stuff, and I bought Wave Race 64, Mario 64, both with manuals in great condition.
What Mario 64 copies did you get?
What do you mean?
Is it what do they call that? A player's choice, or is it
no,
a regular?
No. I tend to avoid those. unless I have no other option. I get the original release if I can.
I was all on board with what you just said. Like, I wanted to avoid them. However, I looked into the player's choice for Mario 64 because that's all I could find for a decent price on eBay. Price charting has the player's choice as more expensive. So.
Oh yeah, you were telling me about that in our text group or whatever. That's insane to me.
Well, think about
That's
it.
so insane to me.
Mario 64 was a pack-in. How often did people buy that standalone?
No, it wasn't a pack-in.
Mario 64?
Yeah, not when I got a 64.
No way. It was 100% a pack-in when I got it. I thought it was
well, maybe you got it in a bundle, but when my sister and I got ours in 96, I want to say the end of 96, it was separate because Mario 64 and Wave Race 64 were the two games we got with it. And they were opened individually.
I'm going to have to look that up because I thought 100% was a pack-in. It's like Super Mario Brothers was a pack-in for the original NES.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess...
Or at least not my version of. There may have been bundles that it did come packed in, but...
My parents just loved me more, that's all.
Yeah, maybe. Or they waited longer to...
Oh, 100% did. I didn't get it till 98. I got it like 2 years after. They wanted to get me the PlayStation because it was cheaper and easier to find. I was like, I don't want a PlayStation. I didn't know back then how many more games and how much better it was in the sense of creating. But could you imagine how much different my life would have been? I probably would have actually liked Final Fantasy, you know?
Yeah, I know. You'd have been a Final Fantasy 7 guy like me.
Yeah.
But,
no.
Now what else did I get? I bought like 5 NES games that we had growing up, my sister and I. It's like one of them was Mylon's Secret Castle because we had that. You remember that AVGN video about that game? Or as he likes to call it, Mylon's shitty asshole.
God, I love that guy.
It's a terrible game, but it was cheap enough, and I was in good condition. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get it.
I don't remember that game.
Bought a few other things.
I don't remember that episode either.
Oh.
How many does he have now?
It was an old episode. It was probably within the first couple years, but
okay.
Speaking of Zelda games, they had the NES, the first Zelda on NES, boxed at Book Off for $100.
What?
And they had Spirit Tracks. No, Phantom Hourglass on DS, sealed still.
How much?
100. But I opted away from that one, even though I did have it back in the day, because I wanted to get 2 sealed Final Fantasy DS games instead. You know, quality or quantity over quality, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then I got that Retron 5 that plays
NES,
SNES, Genesis, and
How is
Game Boy stuff on it. It's good, man. I mean, I haven't found the actual consoles for good prices yet, but that does the trick.
Okay. So you got to do a video on it just for me.
Just for you?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll see what I can do.
Yeah, I see it.
A little clip in the text message.
Man, no.
Oh, and the weird thing is, because I had ordered the Retron 3 from Amazon, which only played NES, SNES, and Genesis games. But they sent me like the Retron 5 instead. But they didn't up the price. So it was like a $70 or $80 difference in price.
Nice.
That they sent me. It comes with this crappy wireless controller though, so I need to find a better controller. But
what kind of ports are in it?
It uses original like factory ports, like for like NES. It's got 3 different sets of ports. So it's got NES ports, it's got SNES ports, and it's got Genesis ports.
Do you not have a NES or Super NES
laying
controller
around right now? No, I don't.
Well, I'm sure you can find one.
The ones that I do have that came with, the classic consoles, the mini consoles, those are USB, so they don't fit.
Right.
Obviously, but
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I do have this little one that came with my Retron Cubed or Squared or whatever it's called that plays the Game Boy stuff, but that's also a USB. Actually, now that I'm looking at it. But yeah, I've been going crazy buying stuff. I finished up my Ghost and Goblins and like Ghost and Goblins and spin-offs of that series collection. Spent a lot of money on that. Ton told you guys a while back, I had finished my Turok collection up, and I finished. Oh, I bought Pokemon Gold. I replaced the battery, cleaned it up, replaced the battery in that, so it's working like a charm.
Nice.
I just got to find Pokemon Blue.
How much do
have
those
all the
go
Game
for?
Boy ones. Gold was 50, I think. I spent. So I mean, it's not too incredibly terrible unless you're trying to buy it in a box, like graded or something.
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
no.
That's when people go insane thinking they're going to make thousands of dollars off it or
Yeah.
something. But it's like I don't even entertain any of that.
Yeah. I found, I was looking, remember that modded Super Nintendo I got?
Yeah.
I was
The
just,
classic.
yeah, I was just on stream waiting on something, and I was going through I was waiting for my wife to come and play Super Mario with me, and I was going through the games, and I have Pokemon Gold, or I guess Pokemon Yellow on there, and got me thinking, like, should I start playing? I've never played a Pokemon game. Might as well start with Yellow, right? The like the original or the start. So
Well, Red and Blue came out first, and then Yellow was that same generation, but it came out a little afterward. It's a little
right.
modified.
Okay.
Like because you get Pikachu
Yeah.
automatic. I would, yeah.
And I've Emerald as well.
Right.
I mean, I might do one of those long work trips again. I might play it then, but as of right now, I'm so backed up, and I'm just not a Pokemon fan. And even later that day, I guess the next morning, I tried to have Todd watch the Pokemon cartoon. I couldn't get into it. It was, this sounds terrible for me to say, but it was too Japanese for me to.
Well, it is a Japanese anime.
I'm not making fun of it, and if you like that stuff, by all means, go enjoy it. Like, I'm literally portraying myself as a potato with.
Yeah.
So who am I to say what's good and bad? However,
speaking of which, on that thumbnail, did you put a Master Chief helmet on my head?
I did. It fits so well.
You thought I wouldn't notice?
No, not even that. I was like, yeah, I love Doom Guy, but let's switch it up a little bit. Because, like, I had
change it to Halo.
I forgot why I had
changed my shirt too.
Probably could. I had a printout, so like when I'm doing my thumbnails, things that I've like uploaded like kind of stay there, so I don't have to re-upload it. I can just kind of grab it and throw it on real fast, as long as I use the same website. So however, your helmet, or that helmet, was next to you on like my library. It's like, let me see if this fits, and it like automatically adjusted. I was like, okay, there we go.
Yeah, I thought it was cool that you did the eyes to like match your potato's eyes. And
Yeah.
like, okay, that fits. It fits with the theme, but I mean, you could have done that with the Doomslayer helmet.
No, I know, but I didn't think about it until the helmet automatically fit. Dude, I made one. I was trying to get, you know how when I talk, my potato moves. I was trying to do that with you, but use your Doomslayer, and it was going to be your hands going up and down. So I have a bunch of these pictures I clipped out of one of your the video that you put that helmet on. Like you had it on for like 4 seconds, but I was able to pull a bunch of clips out of that. But the software I use only can pick up one microphone at a time, and it can only pick up one source at a time. So yeah, I couldn't do it.
Well, that would be cool, but
yeah, sorry. And
hey, could you give me like 1 minute?
Yeah. No worries.
All right, I'll be right back.
Cool. All right, everybody. We're going to take a little intermission. Dave's got to take a quick break. Anybody out there have any questions? I got Ricky. I got Crow. Who else is in here? That's all I see right now, but good to see you, Ricky. Hi, Dave. Hi, Chris. Crow. Hi. What game is that? And then Ricky answers Crow, it's the Jedi Fallen Order. Crow says, thank you. Yeah, so this is my playthrough, or my most recent playthrough of Jedi Fallen Order. I played this back in February. I'm trying to get ready for the new one, Jedi Survive, as we discussed a minute ago. However, I don't know if I'm going to buy it day one. There's so many games coming out. Like, we got the new Jedi, and Zelda coming out. Dave, I know you're back. I heard you, but I was just commenting on all the new games coming out.
Yes, I have. Sorry about that. I had to get a drink. It's very hot in this house, and if I don't have something to drink, my voice is gonna.
Yeah, no worries.
Get all dry. But all the stuff coming out, like, because I've got the Horizon Forbidden West DLC coming out within the next couple days. I gotta get Jedi. Survivor. Next month is Tears of the Kingdom,
Mm-hmm.
and then Final Fantasy 16.
Yeah. I want to pick up Tears of the Kingdom. However, it's a $70 game on basically last gen hardware. And I know we shouldn't be, I don't know. It's all about the story and the gameplay. It's not about the graphics and the frame rate. But I can't pay $70 for that right now. I can't do it.
Well, I'm getting it, and starting tonight, I'm going to start over on Breath of the Wild and finally beat that. Because my son, he beat it in like 4 days.
Oh my God.
And I figured, yeah, I know, crazy. But I figure, and I pre-ordered a copy for him as well.
Okay.
But I don't know. I'm going to have to find the time to play it. Because my last saves, I was looking at it. My last saves on Breath of the Wild were from 2017 and 2019. And I was like, I'm going to be completely lost. I'm just going to call it a day and start over because I'm going to have no idea where I'm at or what I'm doing.
Yeah, I have 80 hours into that game. And I got all the divine beasts. And I was kind of like grinding to get enough hearts to go attack Ganon. But I kind of just lost attention, as I do.
I'm definitely on the hype train for this one, and it's got me really wanting to play the Breath of the Wild. I was just waiting to get through Metroid Prime Remastered before I started that. And that was a lot of fun too, that game. That game actually, because I've never been a big, and I kind of wish Mikey was here, but I've never been a big Metroid guy, for the side-scrolling ones and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But something about playing this one in first person that I had never played before, it was very Zelda-like to me. You solve a puzzle, you get a new tool, and then you can explore further. It was just like, that kind of made it click for me. So now I want to go through and I want to play the other ones.
Yeah, absolutely. So you want to get in the Echoes? Is that what you're saying?
No, I want to play like the other Metroid games in general, not necessarily the Prime trilogy. I mean, I will eventually play those because I'm sure they've got a plan to re-release those ones as well.
Yeah. Well, they have the first two, Metroid and Metroid Returns, on the classic consoles, and I know you got both of them.
They do. Yeah. And they also have them on the Switch Online Plus expansion or whatever.
Did you pay for that?
I did. Yeah, I've got the family plan. So myself, my wife, my sister, my mom, and who else? My niece? Oh, both my kids, obviously.
Yeah.
They're on there. So I think we only got like one slot left, and I think we're giving it to my sister-in-law when we give her the Switch. After I bought the OLED Switch for my wife, so we're gonna give her sister the her hand-me-down Switch, because her sister back in the day gave me all of her old Game Boy stuff. So it was like a Game Boy Pocket, a Game Boy Color, and a bunch of games.
Nice.
So
yeah, I had it, but it just kind of, I would have had to renew it like last month, and it's really difficult for me to want to spend $50 on that. And the only thing we ever really used all the time, or I guess my son did, Todd, he used the Mario Kart expansion. Because, he loves all the tracks and all that. And so I just bought him the expansion. It was like $24 to have it forever.
Yeah, because you can buy that as a separate add-on.
And I was...
Same with the Animal Crossing stuff as well.
Right. Yeah, and I beat Ocarina of Time on that, and I felt like I got my money's worth last year. And I don't want to have to feel like I need to play that to, like, if it was a $50 purchase one time, no problem. But it's once a year. It's tough for me to redo it. Until I'm ready to play, like, Majora's Mask, I'm going to hold off.
Yeah, I was just about to ask. Isn't Majora's Mask on that as well?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or I can just find another copy of it, but we'll see.
True. I mean, that's kind of sad. You can't find one copy of Majora's Mask, and I'm sitting here with 3 of them.
No way. You have 3 copies of Majora's Mask?
Well, I got one on N64. I got the 3DS version, and then I have the one that came in the little collector set on GameCube.
Yeah. So. Okay. Well, I'm looking for the N64 one. So, but if you find it, let me know. But it's tough to pay that much money for that game. Like, I don't see myself
it's a good
playing
one
it
though.
right now.
It is one of my favorite Zelda games.
Yeah. See, the only Zelda game I've completed or completed the story, I should say, is Ocarina of Time. And I forced myself to do it. Like if I hadn't like made a goal to complete that on stream, I would have probably stopped after like the second dungeon. But I remember I forgot, my kids and my wife they were gone on a little vacation. I think they went to go see my brother-in-law, and I had like 3 days at home where I didn't have to work crazy hours. And I remember I sat down one day and played for 4 hours. Like you can see on the stream, my longest stream was Ocarina of Time, 4 hours straight. I think it was one dungeon too. I don't even think I got past one dungeon, but I don't know, man. I got to get through Wind Waker. I paid $100 for that game, and I'll tell you what, I do not like the controls. Do you remember playing that game? Do you remember the controls of it?
Yeah, on the GameCube. Yeah.
The controls are backwards for me. Like I try to look around and I keep looking the wrong way. And there's no way to fix it because it was
remember that
2002. So
I don't know, man. I mean, if you can get over that hurdle, though, Wind Waker is definitely worth playing as well.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to. Like I said, I paid $100 for it, and then everything I paid for that game, $100 for the game in the box, right? Great. And then I paid, I think, another $15 for the strategy guide. And then because I didn't buy it complete, I didn't have the book set in there, the instruction manual. I went on Etsy and I bought one for $10. So
just like an aftermarket print.
Yeah, it's not quality. You can tell somebody just printed it off their printer and put a staple in the middle and sent it to me for $10. But whatever, I have it now. In my mind, it's complete. And then that's when I put that new slip in the back. I printed off my own slip and put it in the back. And again, with the player's choice, I didn't want a player's choice one. That's all they had. But I went on price charting and I saw the player's choice is actually like $5-10 more expensive than a regular one.
It's so weird to me.
It is.
The player's choice for a GameCube had that yellow banner?
Yep, it's ugly as hell. And that's why I put another cover on it. I don't understand
what's going on, but
if I ever resell it, I got the expensive one. Well, not complete. Well, however, to me, I'm never going to sell it. I don't see myself selling this stuff. And now I'm moving into a house where I have all the room. Like I can, when we were looking at this house, we did the inspection 2 weeks ago. My wife and I were in the room that we're making our office/game room, and I drew a line. I'm like, see this board? This is mine. That's yours. Like I do whatever I want here. You do whatever you want over there. So I'm going to have shelves and displays and all that.
Nice.
So
I'm still waiting for a place with a finished basement to come along. That's my ideal
back
situation.
Home when you're done. Yeah. I had one. God, I wish you saw my place in Illinois. I saw a picture of it the other day, but oh well. I'll have another one. I'm not worried. But all right. Is there another topic you want to get into?
Let me think. We talked about games that are coming out. I said Final Fantasy 16 is the June game that I'm going to be getting. I'm looking forward to that. The Tears of the Kingdom, like I said, I gotta really pound through Breath of the Wild. Hopefully I can do that and not suffer from burnout just in time for Tears of the Kingdom to come out.
Yeah, be careful.
I've been playing a lot of Switch lately, actually. Just, between Metroid Prime Remastered and, some of the Game Boy Advance games that are on the expansion pass now. Like I've been playing Mario and Luigi's Superstar Saga, which is a lot of fun. Even though I have it still on Game Boy Advance, I've been playing it on the Switch. And I just bought the Bayonetta prequel game that came out.
Oh, is that?
Not too long ago. It's cool, man. I really like it. I've been having some fun with that. And I had never been a huge fan of the mainline Bayonetta games, but this one is, I don't know, it's tickling me in all the right ways. You know what I'm saying?
Did we ever talk about the controversy with the voice actress of Bayonetta?
We did.
Okay.
Actually.
All right, I'll let it go then.
I kind of forgot about it until I was thinking about the game yesterday, and I was like, oh yeah, because I just got a new. When I upgraded my wife's Switch, I got her a new memory card, and then I transferred all her stuff, and she had a 256 gig
Wow.
in her old Switch, and I was like, oh, that's double what mine is. So I transferred all my stuff onto that and used that, and then I was able to download the games that, you know how with the Switch you archive games or
Uh-huh.
whatever.
Yeah.
I had bought Bayonetta 1 and 2, back in the day, digital, and I was like, oh, I'm going to re-download these. And then I was like, oh, Bayonetta 3 came out not too long ago. Oh, yeah, there was that whole thing with the voice actress and all that stuff. And I was like, oh, yeah. Well, whatever. I'll get the game if I want to. I got to play through the other ones first.
Yeah.
I used to have the Bayonetta 1 at least on the PS3 back in the day. But it's a Nintendo-only thing now.
Right. I don't know, man. Those games never looked intriguing to me. I again, don't take this the wrong way, but it just looks too Japanese, like too over the top.
It's very weird over the top.
Yeah.
Like how the gameplay's not the same as Metal Gear Solid or whatever, but you know how all the weird characters in the Metal Gear games are, and like, the weird stuff in Resident Evil and the weird Devil May Cry type stuff. It's kind of in the same vein as all that.
All the games you just mentioned, I don't find it charming. I find it weird and unacceptable. Like all the things you just said, I can't do. So, but all right. What else is going on? We got. Did you watch the trailer for Tears of the Kingdom?
I did, and I pre-ordered the amiibo as well.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I have no idea where the story's going or what's happening because, like I said, I haven't beaten Breath of the Wild yet. I know I'm slacking. I often found it to be too overwhelming whenever I would try and get in there because it's just like, here you go defeat Ganon, and then it's like, here's this giant world to go figure out what you need to do. But I think right now I'm in the mood.
Okay.
It's like that's the kind of game I want to play.
Yeah. Well, try to take it in chunks, like do it in sections. Don't just kind of look at the war, like one day at a time type deal. Yeah, I have purposely not watched the trailers. I watched the last one a little bit because the curiosity got me. However, I am not going to watch this trailer because I don't want anything spoiled for me. So
I don't think it honestly, it's like I often avoid spoilers as well. I don't think it spoiled anything because I have no idea what's going on anyway. So I kind of.
Well, how about this? I don't want to be convinced to spend $70 on a game I'm not going to play for 4 years.
Yeah, that's true. Also,
yeah. However, I'll buy the strategy guide.
Give it a little peek. Just give it a little peek.
I'll watch it after this. But yeah, I might buy the strategy guide.
I'm gonna have to because I got the hardcover Breath of the Wild strategy guide.
How much are those?
Oh, I don't know. I've had that since Breath of the Wild came out. Probably spent 30, maybe 40 on that. Just depends. Or what they were going for back in the day.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
What else are you looking forward to? Anything current coming out?
No, not really coming out. I'm sorry, I'm switching over gameplay in the background. I guess I'm just looking forward to the stuff coming in the mail for me. Like I said, the strategy guides for the Donkey Kong games, I'm kind of going through those right now. I'll probably finish up DK1. Let's see, today's Saturday, so I'll stream Sunday. Monday night, I'll probably finish that game up, and I'll start Donkey Kong 2 because I've never played Donkey Kong 2. I had it as a kid, but
Country 2.
Yeah, I never played it.
Oh,
I never.
That was a good one.
Never finished it. I'll put it that way. I got pretty far in 1 and 3, but I don't know. I guess 2 is like everybody's favorite. I just never touched it. I don't know.
My mom used to love those games. So whenever a new Donkey Kong Country came out, the Super Nintendo was off limits because she was playing it.
She got it.
And it was fun to watch her play because she was really good at it. But.
Oh, another game that I don't know if you're into these at all, but you ever played Counter-Strike?
No, I have not.
Okay.
And I don't know much about it.
Well, It's a game that's never really changed. It's a first-person shooter, right? It came out, I think it was a mod from Half-Life, the 1998 game Half-Life, which is one of my top, or I guess Half-Life 2 is one of my top games of all time, which is actually another strategy guide I forgot to tell you about. I got Half-Life 1 and 2 coming, so sorry. Nice. Too many strategy guides. But anyways, Counter-Strike is like I forgot, it's like 5v5, and the typical Counter-Strike is you have to either you're terrorist or counter-terrorist, and if you're the terrorist, you're trying to plant a bomb. Counter-terrorist, you're trying to not let the bomb, if it gets planted, you have to disarm the bomb or kill everybody. Another scenarios, if you're the counter-terrorist, you got to rescue hostages. If you're a terrorist, you got to kill all the counter-terrorists before, they rescue the hostages.
Okay. I think I've seen gameplay, and it's like you got to breach the building while the bad guys are inside, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, kind of. So anyways, there's been different iterations, but it's essentially the same game, right? Like they have like the 1.6, the Source, and then they've got Counter-Strike Go, or Global Offensive right now. And now they finally going to release Counter-Strike 2, which is a pretty big deal. It's a Valve game, right? So when Valve brings the game online, it's a big deal, Yeah,
they almost never release games anymore, right?
Right. Hardly ever. So anyways, I don't think it's going to be much of a difference. Probably just a new coat of paint on it, and they're going to keep the same formula because it's been working for almost 2 decades. So, but hi Zeal, good to see you. Anyways, I've been trying to get back on the mouse and keyboard a little bit the last 2 days. I guess I've been playing it, but super casually though, super casually. Like when I don't want to stream, I kind of like just want to chill.
Yeah.
Because my computer I can't stream and play. I have to have a second system. Otherwise, I'll melt my my hard drive and my graphics card. So I don't want to. I pay too much money for this thing. I don't want to do that. But
yeah, I just bought Well, it was a joint gift between my son's mom and then my wife and me. But we bought him a gaming PC for his birthday.
Nice. You know what you got him?
Super stoked about that. I bought it from a company called Build Redux.
Okay.
Whatever that builds, they build it all and send it to him.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
Yeah, he really enjoyed that. He was able to play the Hogwarts Legacy on that.
Hell yeah. All right. So
the Switch version was never coming out or whatever. But,
yeah.
Or delayed or something like that. But
yeah, it's going to open up.
Super stoked into that.
Yeah, it opens up a whole lot of games. Like if you want to play like any sort of strategy games or like real-time strategy, and it's really, really cool. And if you get them like Steam gift cards and stuff, you can go on there and buy, I think there's like 10,000 games.
Oh, I do. He's always asking for a Steam gift card.
Yeah, there you go. I guess they got a lot of old Sega games on there, like a whole library of Sega stuff. So I don't know.
Cool.
A lot of retro on there. And then if he wants to get an emulation, he can get an Dolphin emulation. And when I actually first played Wind Waker, I own it now, so it's okay, but I definitely downloaded it illegally. And I think that's what melted my last computer. So I'm very hesitant now on downloading emulators.
Oh yeah.
But that's something he can do. He can play every game basically through the Wii. So anyways, I don't know. Probably not the best thing for you to tell your son on his brand new computer.
Yeah, I don't want him downloading a ton of crap that may or may not, destroy the thing.
Right.
No, he's taking really good care of it. So.
Yeah, that's good. I got to clean mine out. There's a little dust in it here and there, but yeah, I've kind of been kicking myself in the butt for not doing more PC gaming, but it's a different world, doing mouse and keyboard. It's tough to go from a controller player to mouse and keys, but I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's my biggest hurdle too, is I don't have, my brain's not wired that way,
Yeah.
And no matter what I do, I'll panic. My fingers will come off the keys I need, and I don't know.
Yeah, it just takes time, but I don't know. It's just something else for me to kind of waste my time in, and if I die in Counter-Strike, I don't care because it's just me playing. But yeah, I don't know. But all right, anything else going on?
I don't think so. How long we've been going? We've been going for
Let me
pretty
take a
decent
look.
amount of time here.
About an hour and a half. No, hold
There we
on.
go. Hour.
Just yeah, an hour. I don't know why it says 1:30. It's weird. Yeah, we're about to hit an hour and 10 seconds.
Nice. Well, I don't know. I just kind of wanted to do the pod so we could
Just
BS
talk.
back and forth and
Yeah.
talk because the schedules don't often line up.
No, not at all. Dude, it's so hard. Like,
Always fun.
there's nobody that plays games at work. Like, I'm the weirdo that plays games. They're all watching Netflix and talk about Netflix and college sports. And I'm like, y'all didn't even go to college. Like, I don't know. That's ranting for no reason. They're all very nice people and they're awesome.
I know who you're talking about, I think.
Oh, no. He was definitely enabling. So every time I was on eBay during a class, he'd be like, "What are you buying?" So we'd laugh at each other. And when I did that road trip,
so he's doing the crap that you always did to me.
Yeah, 100%. Every time he sees me with my phone, he goes, "You want eBay?" And I'd be like, "No, there's no signal." But he was one who enabled me to go do that road trip because he wanted to stay in his hotel room. So I was like, "All right, I'm taking the car. I'll see you back in 10 hours." And he goes, "Okay, don't die." And that was it.
Heck yeah.
But anyways, that's something else I want to talk about, actually. It's on pause right now, but I started selling merch for Mr. Super Potato.
Did you?
Yeah, Zio grabbed some stuff. He's listening, but the thing is, and how it works is, I'm trying to figure out exactly how it works. So I came up with a design, I put it on Etsy, and I use this company called Printify, which is a third-party company that you can go through to find manufacturers to make your shirts. However, when somebody places an order, you have to front that money, and then the process goes through, and I don't know when I'm going to be paid back. Not a huge deal when it's onesie twosies, but it adds up. So just for instance, the guy that I think Zero's listening now, he's the first person to make a big purchase because I told him, he lives in Australia, and I said, "Hey, hold on, let me make sure I get everything set up and the way I like it before you make a big purchase, because that's like, you're going to want to do one-time shipping because it's going to cost a crap on shipping." So I kind of said, okay, or I opened the shop up. He bought something real quick. It's fine, not a big deal, but basically I had to pay. He bought a handful of items, and it cost him a good amount, but I had to pay like $55 up front. And like I keep saying, it's fine, but that's just 3 items, and I think I'm getting like $6 profit out of that. And I haven't seen that money. And he bought that like 4 days ago, I think. So I'm pausing it for now, because if I get in there and a whole bunch of people buy stuff, I'm gonna go broke. So
you might be better off, because I don't know, like the system that you're using, the way you're explaining it to me seems a little weird. You might be better off getting the stuff made and printed yourself.
Right, but
shipping it yourself.
Then I have an inventory, and what if this doesn't sell? I'm going to be wearing the same shirt for 40 years, just different copies.
Why I don't send it to less fortunate people overseas, like losing sports teams for the World Series or something.
Yeah,
but I want to know why I don't know about this and why I don't have a shirt.
Well, one, it's because you don't watch my streams.
I'm sitting here shirtless right now.
You don't watch my stream, obviously, so that's on you,
bro. I only have enough time in the day to game.
I watched every one of your videos, and you stopped making.
I only made 3 of them.
Yeah, I liked every single one.
I appreciate that. No, I'd like to get back into it.
The way I do it is called print on demand. So all I do is I put it up there and I kind of front the money. So what I am trying to do, or what I've done today actually, is I open up another account with my bank, and I have attached it to everything. So if I do run out of money, it'll just, pause the production. It's not going to crush me financially. It's just whatever. Okay. But I have to wait for that to start. So I got to wait like a week until I'll put it back online. Why? You're not going to see it. If you go on the Discord,
buy a shirt.
Go on the Discord. You can't buy a shirt right now.
I shouldn't have to buy a shirt.
Shut up. Tell you what, you come see me. Fly and see me, and I'll give you one. Or how about this?
$1,000 on plane tickets.
Yeah, I'll send you a shirt if you send me the Twilight Princess book. How's that?
Oh, okay. We can figure that out.
Yeah, to tell me your size. And actually, I can go behind the Etsy part and go straight to the Printify and do like a sample, quote unquote sample. I'll have it mailed to you.
I mean, I just figure I'm a member of the pod, bro.
Okay.
I'm a founding member here.
You're right. You're right. So I ordered myself a shirt just to see how everything kind of would shake out. And yeah, anyways, I want to see the quality of this before I really start letting it go. So
yeah, no, that's awesome, dude.
I don't expect anybody to be buying this stuff. But your buddy Justin Miller says, make Steve for not great again. I'm trying to say Steve for men and Steve for not, but oh man.
Justin said that?
Yeah.
Is he on there right now?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it is. Hits you up. I didn't know you weren't great. What'd you do to make yourself not great?
No, I just haven't been doing videos and stuff.
Yeah. So. How about we start that?
Yeah, I know. I gotta find time, man. I got company.
Quit playing Breath of the Wild.
I just can't set set up a studio to do a video when I've got, the wife and family running around.
Well, do what I do and like not care. Just see what comes off the top of your head.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a good host.
Oh yeah, that. But I'm talking about like when you actually find time to do stuff, just stream something. Like I don't like. Yeah. Oh, I saw you got Metroid 2. Is that right? On Game Boy?
No, I don't have Metroid 2 on Game Boy.
Oh, okay. Anyways, your Ghost and Goblin games, you can play through all those. Just stream it. It's not hard to do.
Okay. It's like so people can watch me die 1,000 times.
Who cares? Literally nobody cares. Like, we're not like, okay, if you think every streamer out there is a god at video games, and if they are and they don't ever die, they're cheating. They got cheats on. People die in games. That's what makes them fun, is they're not a walkthrough. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I gotcha. No, I've been thinking about it. I just haven't been able to find that.
I don't know. Like I keep...
get back to it. I have a plan. I just have to be able to execute the plan.
You got to do the plan. I got you. Oh, well. Yeah, but like I am literally a potato in my gaming because that's how bad I am at video games. Like I potato everything. I don't know. I got over playing in front of people a long time ago. I think it's the whole aspect with what I do at work now and the fact that I'm always in front of people. I just don't care anymore. I'm done. So. But all right, what else is going on? What other news? Anybody watching want us to touch on anything? Zio, Justin, I think that's all that's in the chat right now. Yeah, I don't really have anything else to talk about unless you got something, Dave.
No, I don't think so, man. I think I've gone over pretty much everything.
All right.
I mean, I didn't have a list of all my eBay purchases in front of me or anything, so I was just kind of going off the top of my head. But
yeah, I missed a few things I already saw. That's okay.
Spent a lot of money.
Yeah, I spent too much money, but that's all right. I'll spend more and I'll make more. That's how life works. I'll get paid again. So, but all right, man. I'm gonna leave it here, and I'm going to boot us off. Yeah. Good talking to you, Dave. Everybody else, good seeing you. As always, if you guys want to donate to the channel, don't donate to me. Donate to the link in the description for the St. Jude. Actually, I'm pretty sure all my proceeds from the shirts I do sell, I'm going to put in the St. Jude once I actually get those from Etsy. Because
there you go.
Apparently, I haven't made money yet. I think I actually made negative $6 so far. But that's fine. Not much money. What else? Like, subscribe. If you're this far into the video, obviously you have. Yeah. Dave's channel is linked in the description. One day, eventually, he will make videos again.
You remember old websites when you could make your own website off like Angel Fire or something, and it would be like a under construction animation right there? That's pretty much my YouTube channel.
That's you under construction. Yeah. Nah, man, you just got to put something out. I don't know. I really want to see that Retron 5 Like, I see it all the time at stores, and I always think of you. I'm like, oh, Dave's got one of those.
It's pretty cool, man. I think it did help that I paid for a Retron 3 but got a 5 instead.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Getting stuff for free is the way to go.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't free, but...
Well, basically free. Let's be real. Come on.
Yeah.
So, all right, everybody. Y'all take care. I will probably be streaming again tomorrow. Let's play that Donkey Kong, finish her up. And, yeah, I'll see y'all later. Bye.
Peace.
All right, and we're clear.
All right.
Guess how many views we got.